Alright, so tonight I'm going to be tying up the Kiley Scud. Basically, this is just another Scud pattern that I came up with in a shell or a Scud skin that I designed. So first thing I'm going to do is go through what I'm going to be utilizing tonight as far as the recipe. First thing is a Daiichi heavy wire Scud hook, a D1120. You can utilize sizes 12 to 18 that accommodate the Kiley Scud skin. Okay, so you can actually purchase these in a 30 pack of size 12, a 30 pack of 14, 16, and 18. Also, if you just want to sample it, you can buy the assorted pack, which comes with 36 different Scud skins in all the sizes. So once you've got your hook, the next thing that I'm going to be utilizing to tie as far as the thread will be a Uniclear mono 3/0 thread. It's a monofilament thread. The reason I use it is because it's clear, and most Scuds are clear, and I really like to hide any materials that aren't that doesn't make it look natural. The next thing I'm going to be utilizing will be some Scud Dub made by Hairline. It's specifically designed for Scuds. I'll probably be using the tan tonight, and then I'm also going to use some Trout Ice Dub, the shrimp color, which is like a pink in the center of the Scud. Also, for the legs, I'll use some Coke de Leon hackle, and I use that for both ends of the Scud itself. Also, I'll be utilizing the Scud Skinz, which I already showed you, and then top it off with some Loon UV Clear Fly finish. And I'll be utilizing the really thin stuff, which is called the Flow right here, just to top it off. It gives a little more translucent look to the shell. Alright, first things first, I'm going to wrap the hook in the mono thread. You don't have to get crazy with the base. And I'm going to go all the way down past the bend with my jam knot, and I'm going to come back up to the eye. I'm going to use my Coke de Leon hackle. The reason I use this is because it has some natural spots in it, and I really like that because a lot of Scuds have spots in it, so it kind of gives off a really good look to it. Now you could use grizzly hackle as well, but this is kind of what I've been using lately. I'm going to tie in maybe 6 to 7 or 8 fibers roughly. Trim off the excess. I'm going to tie some in the back. I'll give you a look at the Coke de Leon. What I'm talking about has the spots in it. Take this all the way down to the bend as well. Come back up, trim it. Alright. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come back up front, tie a little half hitch. Also, what I'm doing now is I'm going to tie in my ultra wire. I'm going to use copper since I'm using the tan Scud Dub to complement the color. Now I typically like my Scuds lighter weight, but you can do a couple extra wraps of this underneath to add weight to it if you want, or you can use your lead. I'm going to take this all the way down, right where the hackle is. Alright. Next thing is I'm going to add my Scud dub. I'm using tan, like I said. Less is more sometimes when you're doing this, so you can always add to it, but if you add too much, then it becomes a pain. This stuff is actually a little longer than your longer fibers than your regular dubbing, and that's really good though, because when you pluck it out for the legs, what it does, it just gives it a little better look. That's why Scud dub is designed specifically for Scuds. I'm going to tie this in right to the halfway point, so that worked out pretty well. And then I'm going to tie in some of the ice dub. Now I'm going to use the shrimp color. It's the UV ice trout dub. It's pretty shiny, and it adds a little hot spot in the center. Also gives it that look that some Scuds have when they're about to die. They start turning colors, somewhat pinkish. I'm just going to tie this into the center. I'm going to use a little more just because I want to build up the body and give it that natural hump. And then I'll come back in and I'll put in some more tan Scud dub in the front of that. Alright, I'm going to do another half hitch just to hold this in place so I don't bump it off. Okay. Alright, so this is a size 12 hook. So what I'm going to do is I am going to use the size 12 Scud Skin. Show you what it looks like when you pluck it out. Okay, right here. And it's adhesive on one side, so it makes it really easy. Just set it on there, kind of press it into place. Show you what it looks like real quick on the back. Okay, it's translucent just like a regular shell on a Scud, and it has already the notches in it, so it's pretty easy to get your spacing just right. What you want to do is you want to get the first two wraps in, and then you'll have an opportunity to adjust it if it shifts on you. But the adhesive portion of it really helps keep it in place, which is kind of nice. And you don't waste any material using these Scud skins. And it makes it very simple to do. And as you can see, very quick. And if you didn't add the extra hackle, you'd probably be done even faster. I just do that because I like to make it a little more realistic. Okay, so I'm going in, do several half hitches. I do this all by hand. I don't usually use a whip finisher. Okay, finish it off like that. Cut my thread. Next things I'm going to do is I'm going to pluck out the fibers and make the regular legs at the bottom of it really stand out. So go between each section, kind of pluck it out. There we go. Gives it a really good look. Okay. And since it's adhesive back, basically I'm going to go in and I'm going to fold it down. And you're going to see those natural segmentation now on the side of the Scud. And it starts to look really good. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Loon Flow UV epoxy and add to the shell. Okay. I like to put a nice thin layer on the very back first. Hit with light, a few seconds. And then I'll add a little more to the back. and then I'll turn it upside down and shine it. That way it kind of forms a higher back, gives it a really good look. And then I'll go back and I'm going to do the sides and hit all the little ridges. And then that way, some of it actually will seep in and touch the dubbing, which is kind of cool, because what it does is it creates a stronger bond and a little more durable fly as well. And everything that gets underneath there, that's no big deal, because the scud back is clear and it'll actually bond really well. So here we have the finished Kiley's Scud with the custom Scud Skinz on it. Really nice look to it. If you look real close, every time you turn it, you see the little sections that the Scud skin does for it. Makes it look really natural. This actually helps a lot when you have highly pressured fish and they focus in mostly on what things really look like in nature, so it actually does help sometimes catch more fish. And that is all. Thank you.